we're gonna have to row back.
No.
In this episode, we take the dinghy out for a test run.
Yeah! Are you kidding me? After living aboard our trawler for over 2 years, we have decided that a longer range vessel is required for circumnavigation.
With COVID and the quarantine, we accelerated our 5-year plans into months. We've been selling all of our things in preparation for travel around the globe.
We met 3 years ago, and our first date was to bring a boat from New York to Miami, which was going to be a 1 week, but turned to be a lifetime living off the grid. Come along with us for exploration of the unknown tropical islands, uncharted waters, exotic foods, and treasure hunting.
We have been refitting our 55-foot steel motor sail for the past 8 months and only 1 month to go. During this refit, we continue to live on our trawler and manage to escape weekends to unknown anchorages, test equipment, relax, explore, and bring you videos of water adventures from all over South Florida. In the last episode, we go from South Florida isolation to $1 million yacht club. Welcome, Gun Hunters. I'm Captain William.
And I'm Dr. Yana.
We hope you enjoyed part 2 of the Veterans Day boat trip.
Stick to the end for a shout out for everyone who left a comment below the part 1 video for the Veteran Day, a little Q&A.
Watching this sunset and the flag made me think of all of those who provided service to our country. A 10-second silence of salute to you. Day 3 at anchor, away from everything. I mean totally everything. We have seen one boat here by us.
On the first day, right?
From the first day. The only thing is it's super, super hot, like 94 degrees, sometimes 0 wind. Keep moving fans around because we don't run the air conditioning. This morning, after getting down here with Ayana and her cooking of pancakes, that little Milwaukee fan is a lifesaver. We put that in the porthole at nighttime on low setting. It runs for 7 hours without stopping. Now up here at the porthole, it is amazing. That thing is running on low. It's not even on medium or high, and it has cooled the boat down drastically. The next thing on my list is a second fan. There are multiple types of batteries by Milwaukee, but I have found that the M18 has a gauge to tell you how much charge it has on it whenever we're running the generator to charge the batteries or do something cooking, and those 2 batteries last all day long, 8-12 hours of running. If it's a light, it runs for 3 days. If it's a fan, it runs for a good 12 hours.
I'm actually surprised how long it lasts. So when he put this fan first time in the bedroom, I was like, that ain't gonna last for 2 hours. Next morning I woke up and I see the fan running. I'm like,
Every time we take the dinghy out, it would starve for gas and leave us stranded. So I was testing the carburetor and testing the fuel supply to make sure that it finally was in a condition where we could take off and get a further distance. Well, we're gonna need plugs. Yeah, I think so. It's missing a little bit on one of the cylinders, but I think the gas is just really bad gas. We got new gas, but we added on top of what was in there. So I think what we'll do is we'll pack up, and if something goes bad, we can always call Cito. Fuel pump has a little hole in it. Well, it's sat for 8 years inside of a big yacht, and they just used it a little bit. The engine only has 10 hours on it. We put 4 hours on yesterday. It happens when things sit, they dry out.
Now, when everything was running good, I decided to take some drone footage of a dinghy. What happened? What?
Well, whatever was bad is now bad. It's not even starting. We're gonna have to roll back.
No.
Yes. Well, come on.
Row back? How are we gonna row?
You and your cameras.
Hmm?
You and your cameras. Ready? So one on top and one way down here low. So you have low. There you go. Now you have like this. Alright.
How long is it gonna take us to row like this?
Well, with you rowing, it's gonna take us forever.
You're giving me a wrong technique. Well, why are you not rowing?
Because I'm waiting for you to catch up.
I'm catching up.
So. Told you the motor wasn't working quite right.
Are you rowing?
Yeah, I'm waiting because see the boat's going like that. I row twice and you have to pull the water.
Drift at sea. How you call it? Drift offshore?
Adrift at sea. I'm so happy. I'm not happy because I don't know what's going on with the motor. It sucks. I wanted to go out to the coral reef today. But I'm happy that we got a chance to check out the oars and rowing because
Are you kidding me?
Yana has been like, I don't want a motor. I want something with row. I want to row. I want to. Oh, okay. We have gone maybe 3/4 of a mile. And
no, we got like...
she's gonna have blisters tomorrow on those hands.
They're all red and hurt. At least there is no sun. If it would be sun, oh, we have a cover, but I don't know.
You can't roll with a cover. Well, you can sit on the outside of the pontoon. Actually, I could put you in the back. You could just paddle if you had flippers. 1 horsepower motor. I want to get the cover off and find out what happened.
But why you can't fix it here?
Keep rowing.
We don't have even water.
Yes, we do. Captain comes prepared. Never leave home without water, without food, without wife.
Yay! Boat!
Slow down. I don't want to hit the swim platform.
Oh, I have never been more happy to see the boat than today.
Rope. Rope. Always pretend there's winds and currents. Rope.
Row me closer.
Bad storms. Bad storms and wind. Bad wind and storm. Bad.
Well, clearly, you wouldn't row much without me. Hey! Get out!
Spank that dragon.
Yay! I have not felt any better.
You better sit down.
Should I shut down the generator? Somehow, Williams finally made the motor start and he went to test it. Looks working. It didn't run like that when we were freaking rowing. Aha, sounds like it died again. So far, that was the craziest. No, it wasn't the craziest. We ran into a couple of other problems before, but I've been rowing like that for an hour. Made me rethink the dinghy need. Definitely. It's good to have a working dinghy with a good motor. Yep, rowing is not fun. Being an egg, we get spoiled by the sunsets, right?
Yes.
If you're gonna fall, my official statement, I had nothing to do with his death.
But this is work that I'm doing up here. We're not just hanging out.
How's the water?
Oh, beautiful warm.
Some shark gonna get him. Don't mess with it. This person has the last level of ADD. The boat is floating 500 kilometers from the boat and he's like, oh, we should put it back so it doesn't crash the swing platform. It doesn't crash the swing platform. It's right there. He just wants to try his winch because he cannot sit still. Leave that dinghy and come on top here to help me with dinner. You have nothing to do. You can skin potatoes or something.
Potatoes? You can't hear under the water. So, tell me, Dr. Yana, how's that rowboat interest coming along?
You know, I had to rethink that whole thing. I still want to have my rowing boat as I want to row, but definitely not for any kind of traveling and deliveries of our bodies.
Another thing is I always get nudged a little bit. Why are you taking water? Why are you taking the oars? Why are you taking an anchor? Let's just go in the dinghy.
Yeah. He always like prepares for an hour, and I'm like, can we just go?
So this time the water came in handy. I've gotten a lot of
Respect. You got some respect. Today we have just one question because we have a lot of shouts out to do. So this is from JKX Streams. Thanks for the shout out to the veterans. Question about your motor sailor. Does it have one engine or two?
Okay, the motor sailor was designed with one engine. It's a 200 horsepower truck engine out of Holland, and I had to wrestle, and I'm still wrestling with a get home engine thought. But with a motor sail, they have the ability to work as a get home for a couple of knots, 3-4 knots. If you have a motor sailor, you should be able to rely on the wind, and if you don't have wind, we have some very large oars.
And horror, strong horror.
Special salute to everyone out there that has served in the armed forces and their families that have also endured the service of the armed forces. A very high degree of respect. I'm going to do a shout out of all the different ones. I will start out first with my father, which is 87 years old. For Veterans Day, he had his uniform on and he went out dancing. He was in the U.S. Army Infantry. The next is a shout out to Timothy Zing. He has 5 uncles, numerous cousins, and many friends that served in the military. So thank you for everyone, Timothy and your family. Also, a shout out to Lynn and her husband Eddie. He was an Air Force vet. His dad was also in the Air Force, and his grandson is going into the Air Force after school. Randy, both of his sons, Thomas and Randy, are in the Navy currently, and Randy is a retired police officer, so we also give you a kudos for your service to our country. Eric Haney, U.S. Navy, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, USS Shenandoah, AD-44. A shout out to Tony Alexander, retired Navy Chief. A shout out to PNK 67 Floyd, 4 uncles, 2 cousins. Pink Floyd served in the USS Oldendorf, DD 972. Shout out to Doug Coleman, U.S. Navy CG-56, the USS San Jacinto, and the USS Ferris. Shout out to Ben Brewington, U.S. Navy DD 963. James Reed, 23 years, retired from the U.S. Coast Guard. Thank you for that service. Tom Stimmel, U.S. Navy, 1972 to 1979. Late Tom Voorhees, my best friend, U.S. Navy, also from 72 to 79. All of those that were not mentioned, those that watch our channel and aren't accustomed to commenting, we provide you a special salute to your service, and we hope that you enjoyed this small tribute, and we hope you stick with us.
Thank you guys for watching, and we see you next week. This mermaid comes to you, Captain, but it will not row anymore ever again. You better fix the motor.
It's my mission.
Sorry. Such a sophisticated mermaid.
Yes.
The sea worms that live here, they can go inside.
Great. You have enough stuff going on. We don't need sea worms.